We've got Rach here today. Hi, Rach. Hi.
Hi.
So Rach is literally one session off completing her 12 weeks of Wonder Woman. So I just want to start with the first question, Rach. What were your thoughts before signing up to the Wonder Woman program?
Ooh. Very nervous. I haven't done personal training sessions before, something that I did want to do. But it'd always been a gym goer, but same routine in day in, day out, not getting any variety at all. And then this came to me, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a go. Nothing to lose. Try the first 4 weeks. If I don't like it, then fair enough. But after 4 weeks, I should start seeing some results, which is going to spur me on more to then sign fully to the full 12-week program. Which I'm so glad that I did.
I just remember we'd spoken on the phone briefly, hadn't we? And then I think the next day you text me, and it was like, oh, I don't know, because you'd spoken to friends, you'd spoken to husband, and it was the sudden, not backtracked, but you were like suddenly worried. And I remember I had a look back this morning actually about our conversation.
There's nothing worse than you saying to somebody, oh, I'm planning on going to do this I'm going to start this trial in the next week. And then you get your husband who says to you, who always supports us no matter what, but knows exactly what I'm like, and says, Rachel, this is something you're going to have to stick at. You can't, like, 3 weeks down the line say, I don't want to do it. My oldest daughter said exactly the same thing. And these are people who I live with day in and day out and know me so well. And then a personal friend who had said, what, you're going to pay somebody to send you videos and do it at home, and then try to get fit and stuff, and then that like sort of put doubt in my mind.
Because we did have quite a long chat, didn't we, about this?
And I just thought, well, yeah, I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm personally doing it for myself. So I just thought, no, forget them thoughts out of your head, and just
you did it, and you signed up. So the first 4 weeks, how did you find? Well, think back to that first week alone, let alone the first 4.
Because obviously I didn't know what I was letting myself in for, and the days where the first week, and so they say the first session that I did. I knew what a star jump was. I knew what certain other things were. Other exercises that I absolutely love now, but didn't know what they were at the time, like the V-sit rotations and stuff like that. I'm like, whoa, what are these? But
we love them, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We really love them. And I can remember the first session, I think, was a mountain climber, and me actually getting on all fours and just being like totally exhausted, out of breath, and then having the conversation. My daughter was watching me do it, and I was just like, when will mum get fit? And she was like, keep at it, just keep at it, mum. Once your 3 weeks is over, you're gonna feel so much better in yourself. And I won't lie, it was hard the first 2, 3. I think it was after week 3 I started feeling it change. And I just thought, you know what, I love it. And
so overall, I mean, how would you rate the program overall? Because obviously we haven't even discussed the food plan or anything, but
overall, I would honestly say, hand on heart, that it's an amazing program. It really is. I'd give it 10 out of 10. You get your nutritional information, which if you love to cook, then it's right up my street. I've made several recipes. Yeah, we have. But you know what? I think I've said to you guys before, I've got a really picky 16-year-old. She very rarely eats meat. Vegetables are a nightmare. There's 2 or 3 meals that I've made from this, and she's like, wow, Mum, this is amazing. You know, this week, for instance, was one. You know, I never ever thought I'd hear them things come out of her mouth, but she did. And everybody as a family has ate them. The group that you get, obviously your WhatsApp group where you know your coaches like yourself and Phil, and then your other members who were on that course. You know, I've made a good friend with Charlotte now. She, you know, we both finish on Friday. She is going to keep in touch with me. Obviously, we're going to go on to the next level now together. But you know, she messaged me yesterday to say how I was.
Brilliant.
So you've got that aspect, and you know, any question that you have, or you know, if there's a certain exercise that you can't do, you know, get in touch with yourself and ask. You know, I'm not that keen. It's not that I don't want to do it, but physically possibly I can't. Is there any other alternative I can do instead of me just sitting there and watching you guys do it? And you guys are like, yep, right, here's 3 or 4 for you to try, and you're like, great, you know.
That's something trying to put across to people. You've got us on tap literally pretty much 24/7, and what people don't realize, actually, you are actually, we don't know exactly how far away you are from us, do we? But you know, you're not just down the road, you are quite a way away, so you have done this completely remotely.
Definitely. And this was another thing that I was so concerned about. Obviously, it was recommended to me as a program, and I was like, hang on a minute, I'm up in Newcastle, you guys are way down south. You know, I was worried about the sport, but then after like a couple of days, I was like, it's gonna work. I know it's gonna work.
Good.
You know, and it did. It really did work. I've got a couple of friends who, you know, who are calorie counting, and I've just said, look, if you want to do some exercise, you know, mothers who have small families, you know, do this program works around having a small family. You know, luckily for me, mine are in like the late teens now, but you know, it works. Give it a go. Try the trial video that, you know, I've got a hold of. I'll send you it. Give the page a like, see what they're about. I can't recommend them highly enough. Don't let it put you off that they're the way down the country. The other beauty of it is, I wanted a PT, but I didn't want to do it in a gymnasium where there was just loads of members around and you've been focused on, you know. There was that aspect. There was also an aspect of possibly doing it in my garden, and then just I like the thought of you guys being on screen and me actually. It felt like having company, and because you're on screen, I can physically see what you're doing, and I know then myself, oh, hang on a minute, I'm not doing it right, but let's give it another go, you know. And I know, and yes, the program does work. Look, the first 2 or 3 weeks, my core, you know, there was nothing there. You know, doing scissor kicks, planks, scissor kicks and stuff. You know, lifting legs off the ground. Physically, it was just like, oh. But now, because I'm so much stronger, it's so much easier.
Yeah,
it really is.
Ready for the next level, Rach.
Exactly. Totally.
So I was going to ask, what would you say to women who want to get in shape but maybe skeptical of joining Dragon Fitness and the Wonder Woman program? But I feel like you've maybe answered that anyway. But I don't know if there's any one thing in particular, or just, I don't know.
I would just say, you know, you've got nothing to lose. Give it a go. You know, give it a go.
That's why we've done the 4 weeks, really. I think for some people to suddenly go, you know, it sounds a lot, but when we worked out what you get, we had to work out what we're doing for that. And we thought, well, this is, and I think it was yourself that actually made us think, let's break this down to 4 weeks. Let's get those people in. And everybody that did those 4 weeks, then still, I think everybody stuck, they did, the whole team, like, yeah, they did the next 4, then they did the next 4. So, you know, it's because they saw that difference in the 4 weeks, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, Phil probably verified this himself, you know. I think it got a week 3 and then it got a week 6. And I was messaging Phil saying, send me the payment link. I want to pay you the next,
you were like really early.
And he's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, Rach, you're a bit early. And I'm like, no, I'm just keen. You know, I just want to get it. And then I know that I'm obviously signed up. And Phil will tell you exactly the same again, you know, that it's, you know, I personally feel that, you've got nothing to lose, and go off that one video trial, give it a go. And then, you know, if you think, you know what, I could do this, then sign up and just and reap the bloody rewards that you get. Because I tell you what, you get so many. I mean, you know, I've never won for calorie counting, and I was always against it. I've always been, you know, I won't mention the group, but I've always been part of a slimming group and always had that drilled into my head. And then one thing that my friend did say, it was at the time, was calorie count, you'll love it. I'm telling you, you'll be amazed at what you input and you see, you know, what the calorie content is of the food that you're eating and stuff. And I was just like, right, okay, I'll give that a go. I do it every day now. It's a way of life. And, you know, past slimming groups, that's totally gone out of my head now. I will never ever go back to that. I tell you what, it also does for you, it makes you that more confident. I was lacking confidence. I really was, to the point where I would get dressed on a morning and I couldn't physically look at myself in the mirror. It was just, and you know, I'm not the only woman. There's many women out there who feel like this, and you put so much pressure on yourself. You really do. And I just thought, I'm doing it for me this year. Like I've said to you, you know, we're both 40 this year.
Yeah.
And my
motto,
that, yeah, no, sorry. We're still 39 though.
Yeah, we are.
we are. But my motto this year was, I don't want to be fat in 40. I want to be fit in 40.
Fit and 40. Yeah. 40, and definitely. I'd like to point out as well, I mean, I obviously haven't got it right in front of me now, but your weight loss has been good and it's been consistent, but for me it's been your actual measurements have been amazing. Yeah, amazing. I mean, we haven't done the final one yet, have we? Because we're not quite at the end of it, but and obviously that's not stopped there, because you've got you've got still a bit of a journey to go. And
of course I do, you know. It's you know, what I will say is, you've got to put the work in. It's not something where you think, oh, one session I feel really great, I can go and I'll have a takeaway. No, you've got to really put in the hard work. It doesn't happen overnight, but if you stick into it, around about week 4 to 6, you will notice. You know, don't get me wrong, I haven't dropped a shed load of weight. I think I've dropped, is it 5 kilos in total? But like you say, it's a centimetres. I think overall in 12 weeks, I've lost about 55 centimetres overall.
Just amazing. And again, I know you just said it. We're here and we can give you all the tools and we can show you how to do it. But actually, ultimately, it's about taking that on yourself and realising that it actually has got to come from you. And we're here to, you know, if you've gone a bit quiet, to go, look, you know, everything okay, and you know, there's something in particular that is putting you off, let's try and change that. But it has to come from you, you know. You've got which it has done. Rach, you've just found it, and amazing.
I mean, I'm not saying deprive your body of something, because otherwise then it doesn't work.
No,
but don't, you know, if you're going to have it, that's what the My Fitness Pal's for. Just track it, you know.
Track it.
You
Own
might
it.
be
Own
surprised.
it. We like that, don't we? If you're going to eat
Exactly,
it, you've
yeah.
got to own it.
Of course you have. And, you know,
Yeah.
you might be surprised at when you know, you do track it and you think, geez, look at the calories in that. Just recently started going back out on the bike.
Yes.
We've ordered a Peloton, which is coming in. You know, these are things, Christina, that I would never ever do.
Yeah.
You know?
Amazing.
You
Changed
guys
your life.
you have, you know, and you
Oh,
say, and both you and Phil tell me that, you know, it's down to me putting in the hard work. But without you two, I wouldn't be where I am now. And this is what people have also got to realise, you know, that they've got to put in the hard work, but they've got two good trainers, you know, coaches who are there to also help them out. And, you know, there's nothing to be afraid about. Like I say, just give it a go. It works, believe me, it works. And I'm sure your other members who you've had on your other groups have had success as well. It's only 45, 50 minutes of your time.
yeah.
And, you know, I
4%
do
of your
get
day, less than 4% of your day, actually.
exactly.
Yeah.
No excuses. Either, you know, sign up, go hard, go home. Basically, do it.